If you have seen the Lego movie...
What is happening?
It's special! And the prophecy states that you're the most important person in the universe. That's you, right?
Yes, that's me. Relax, everybody, I'm here. Batman? Awesome!
or the very old versions of Star Wars.
Coming in. You still with me?
Or at least the TV show on Cartoon Network called Robot Chicken. Then believe it or not, they are all stop motion. Or at least have 50% of some scenes that are stop motion. Now the new Lego Batman movie, that is pure stop motion. A stop motion animator is someone that does stop motion by using models and puppets, moving them between each frame, then downloading them to a computer, and after adding in all the other stuff, you then have yourself a stop motion animated film. Now most stop motion animators, they tend to earn at least a fair $18.46 per hour. Stop motion animators, they tend to work at least 35 to 40 hours per week. Now that's a lot. But that usually depends on three things. And those three things are how long the animation is, how much experience the animator has, and also how much money you start off with. Now let's take the UK for example. Now in the UK, for a newly qualified animator, he or she starts off with £15,000. Or in the US, that would be $18,761.26. Now for an animator with 10 or at least 5 years of experience, they start off with £30,000, which in the US, that would be $37,522.51 in the United States. And also an animator with more than 10 years of experience, they start off with £40,000, which that's $50,030.02 in the United States. Which mainly, all that money goes into the production of the film. But mostly around here, they usually make at least $60,000. Usually the numbers of frames per second is usually 24, 25, or 30 frames per second, depending on the frame rate.
The number of images photographed per second is referred to as the frame rate of the movie and is measured in frames per second (FPS). Frame rate describes both the speed of recording and the speed of playback.
To figure that out, you have to know how long the film is. Like for example, for a 90-minute film, which in this case, 90 minutes is 5,400 seconds. So let's just use 24 frames per second on this. So we would have to take 5,400 seconds times 24 frames per second, which that would equal to 129,600 frames, and that would equal to 90 minutes.
90 minutes equals 5,400 seconds. 5,400 seconds times 24 frames per second equals 129,600 frames equals 90 minutes.
The first thing they want to know is what their story is about. The second thing is you want to know where your location is. Third thing is that you want to know who your characters are, whether it's an animal, a human being, or whatever. That, and you want to also know how many characters are going to be in there. They always have to figure out how many people are actually going to be in the film. The other thing is is how long is it going to be? Whether it's at least like a minute long or at least an hour or such. And that's what most stop motion animators do. This all starts when the stop motion animator has everything he or she needs. And like most stop motion animators, every stop motion animator always uses at least some kind of model or puppet, a set or a green screen, or probably both, a camera, and a computer with an editing software on it. The animator then moves the model or puppet an inch at a time and takes its picture. After they are downloaded to a computer, they are edited and also trimmed into the exact time needed for the scene or movie. And after adding in the special effects, like, for example, audio,
I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no-good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead.
music, and a bunch of other things. And then after all of that, the animation is finally completed. And that is technically what a stop motion animator is.